Right, welcome to this overview of manual actions, international targeting, and mobile usability, which sits within the search traffic sidebar of the Google Webmaster Tools functionality. So without further ado, let's get started. These are three things which we'll just cover because all in one video because they're not complicated. Manual actions, this is a scary one because if you click on that and you see you have a manual action, Google will notify you that you have a manual action, and that means your site's been penalized. This is quite significant for large companies, and it's actually quite common. It's not common, but it does happen quite regularly. Whereas your smaller companies, very rarely does Google go in there and find something which it manually notifies on. So what this means is that the friendly people in the Google Webmasters, the Matt Cutts of the world, they take a website and something tips them off that there's something spammy about it, something spammy link, something dodgy, like a link farm page, something that's not right, something that's not normal. They penalize that. So what happens here is you get a notification saying your website has been penalized for blah blah blah, and that's up for you to fix out. Now, 99.99% of people watching this video, that's never going to be an issue because you're not going to be sort of conducting mass sort of SEO. I wouldn't call SEO fraud, but SEO manipulation. So nothing to really worry about there. That's useful to check. You will get a notification on your email, on your Google account's email, the one that's linked up to your Google Webmasters account, should you receive a manual action. But really there isn't anything to worry about there. So the next thing is something called international targeting. Now if we go, just ignore that. If we click on country, so it says we're matched to Australia, that's fine. You can actually, if you haven't set that yet, when you log in, you can just be prompted and you'll just choose. It's usually automatically matches it based on the domain, but I have a .com for something else, which I actually wanted for like British purposes, so I put it on for .co to match up with the UK. So that's very easy there. And the last thing is the mobile usability. Now, this is something which is been a large talked about point within Webmaster things in general, and what they're saying and what Google's position is, we're going to favor mobile friendly websites now for all search results, even on desktop, because that's what we want to do, because it's a better user experience. So what this has meant is that a lot of people have converted to mobile friendly. Now Google doesn't show, when you look up if you look up a Google search, and you see, you used to see it would say mobile friendly, not mobile friendly, blah blah blah, but now it's not saying that because it's assuming that it's just going to show up at the most relevant mobile friendly sites. It's a very long explanation. Basically the action point here would be to make sure that your website is mobile friendly. What you can do here is go straight onto something called the Google Webmaster Tools mobile friendly test. I've already done that, but what you do is you just punch it in and it says great, it's mobile friendly, and you can see here that it's got 11 resources which are blocked by robot TXTs. That's not great, and that's something for us to fix. So we'll investigate that further. It means some part of the page isn't being scanned by Google robots. That could be for many reasons, and it could have something to do with the CMS that we use, as we haven't manually said for anything to be not scanned or not indexed. Then it just gives you a little summary there of your website and what it looks like on a mobile. So we do recommend this. That's just a good secondary test, but you can also see, if you check the site variants, there's going to be other ways to do it. So you can search like if you have like different parts of your site. If you had like a Russian language version, or I don't know, like a Chinese version, well, you can do that. Otherwise, if you just want to test it as like without the www, then you'll get the same result as well, as long as it's on the same server. It's got the same programming. So thanks for watching that. That's pretty much like that's all the detail that you need for these manual actions and the targeting and the mobile usability. If you want to check out our more useful tutorials for the internal links and the links to sites, as well as the search analytics, that's a great idea. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out more of our tutorials. Thanks a lot.